Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Lizard Brains podcast. I'm your host, DJ Allison Drini. I'm joined by my co-host, Tom O'Gorman. Tom, how's it going?
Happy New Year!
Woo! Nope, wrong button.
Fill the space.
I
I'm
feel
pretty good. How are you?
I want to get like maybe I'll get a second podcast machine so I can just have the air horn ready at all times.
Or a big Staples button. Remember the easy button? You can just like whack it.
Or I'll
That
just
has
get
to exist.
I'll just get an actual air horn. I'll hook up a second mic. It will go right into that microphone.
God. Sorry, Christine. You have an air horn in your house. I feel sorry. Wednesday. I mean, Christine,
yeah,
one thing. Poor cat.
The cat would not like that. Oh my goodness. It looks like people in the chat are having issues with Discord. I'm bummed that Discord is glitching out for you guys, but it's working on my end, and that's the only end that actually matters. So sorry. So
TJ, how are you?
how are you?
I'm good. I feel like we've been hanging out a lot. Guys, we found a new fun game to play.
Oh my
If
God.
you've been on the Lizard Brains journey with us, we've talked a little bit about like games you can play with your wife, games you can play with your family, friends, significant others, co-op games, that kind of thing.
I think you can play
We
this
found
game
a
with
gem.
everyone. Yeah, it's called Peak.
It's a good one.
I think it came out like, I don't know, like 8 months ago or whatever. But all right, we're gonna do our best to like describe the game. Devin, it's way better than It Takes Two.
I think I talked over your when you said it. Say the name again.
Oh, it's called Peak, just Peak. And it's just a real simple game. It doesn't take like a powerful computer to run it. I think basically anything could run it. And basically you're just trying to climb. You're like in a plane crash or whatever, but that's not even part of anything. Basically, you're just on an island and you're trying to climb to the top of a mountain with your friends. And and it has like different mechanics in play that make like interesting scenarios where you're like, oh my God, this would like happen in real life, where it's like only one of us is strong enough to continue, like go to the top and like send back help. Like you don't actually send back help when you get to the top, like, and if all your friends are dead, like they get resurrected. But there's like interesting things where like you might like pool your resources so like one person like has the best chance to make to the top, when it looks like, okay guys, not all of us are going to make it to the top, like it's over. Or like Ito will like slip down a ledge because he got overzealous and now he's just like way down the mountain. He's still alive, but like there's no way we can get to him. And he's not dead, but like he might as well be dead, like because he's not getting back up to us and we're not getting to him, and like we got to get to the top of this mountain because it's getting cold and the conditions are getting bad and we're all freezing to death. And sorry, Ito, like we're just gonna have to leave you. And then we're climbing to the top of the mountain, and then all of a sudden here comes Ito again, and he's alive. And the reason why this works is because it has like brilliant proximity chat. So we all mute ourselves in Discord and we just talk to each other in the game. And if you get like far away, it gets like quieter and quieter. And if you're like in a big cave, it's echoey, so it's a little hard to hear like where the voices are coming from. The proximity chat is like amazing. It's like so good.
Yeah. It's super fun. So you're basically just climbing a mountain with your friends. Just the controls are super simple. There's like grab something and then like climb and then you walk around. That's about it.
Yep.
It's been very fun. We've been doing, there's a new level every day. So we've been attempting the new level like once or twice every day for the last like what, 3 days, 4 days?
4 days. And like, we're literally like
I'm getting
texting.
kind of tired of you. I'm not kidding.
Yeah,
I'm
we're,
kidding.
hey,
I can't believe you left me to die on the mountain.
I did. I left everyone at one point. Yeah. And sometimes you have to, because you're like, all right, in order for the success of the team, like somebody has to make it. And if we keep dorking around trying to get Ito out of this pit that he like clumsily fell into, then like we're all gonna die. We just have to go. We just have to go.
Strays left and right. It's been a nice little reset or like addition to the sim racing grind that we tend to do this time of year, though. I think I appreciate that, because then at the end you're not like feeling bad about yourself, so you can get on the sim rig and do a couple laps and it doesn't feel that bad.
Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes we feel bad when it's like the last time we played, like all of us. So me, Ito, Christine, and Tom have been playing it. when we were like so close to beating it, and it was just like I just had like just not enough stamina. So like that's the resource that you have is stamina. And if you're hungry, it affects your stamina. If you're hurt, it affects your stamina. There's like different conditions where like if you're poisoned or like you're suffering from like too much exposure, like you're too cold or you're too hot, all these things affect your stamina, and the stamina is like it recharges like quickly. And as you're trying to climb up stuff, the stamina will go down. So like if you as you lose stamina, that means you can't climb as many like flat faced walls. And you have to climb these every once in a while. And there might be a path where you don't really have to do a whole lot of climbing at all. But then sometimes you'll just get to a spot. And I think all these levels are like I think they're like randomly generated. I forget what the exact term is. Uh it's like on the tip of my tongue. It's
A1.
no, it's a term in the gaming industry where they'll like randomly generate levels. It's like the whole game. Oh, I'm flubbing. What was that one game? No Man's Sky. Like that whole game was procedurally generated. That's what it's called, I believe. So, like the levels are procedurally generated. So like there's a rhyme and a reason. There's definitely a way to get like past this level. Uh, but it's completely random. Like a human didn't make the level. Probably a human made sure that it was like passable, and then that's how they're like having a new level come out every single day. Uh, and yeah, so like every day you're like, okay, well, how do we get up this mountain? And it's not like readily apparent. Like you're like scouting it. You're like trying to like see, okay, so if we go off to the right side, it's probably good. And sometimes it's like Tom, the one that we were doing not yesterday but the day before, there was like a cliff we had to climb around, but you couldn't see the other edge. But on the other edge, there was something that there was a place where you could stand. And I don't know how you found that, because it was like basically once you got to the turning point, you were already like half through your stamina, so there was no turning back, and like we just found that spot. So Tom figured that out, and so like that was one of the paths, if not the only path, like up this mountain that we were trying to climb. Um, and if we didn't find that, then I don't know, we would have had to try to find another way, but maybe there was another way, but that was the way we found.
Pure talent, baby.
Yeah, I don't know.
Splitter on the truck sucked. Crew didn't do anything for me, but somehow I came through.
What's the full quote there?
I forget. It's Kyle Busch.
Yeah, Kyle Busch.
How did you da, 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 da. Pure talent, baby.
Yeah.
What a dick.
The crew sucked. The car sucked. This sucked. You suck. Yeah. But I still got the win. Like, yeah,
Yep.
that's a classic one. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. I know Christine's been having a lot of fun. Me and Christine would be doing like basically the equivalent of like hand cars, like talking about it after like, man, okay, and that one time or whatever. Like what was that one? The first day we were playing it, something like absolutely hilarious happened where we all died. Oh,
Well, I got really hungry, and then at the end, if you get really hungry, your teammates start to look like turkeys.
yeah.
And I didn't know the controls super well yet, so I hit the button that it prompted me to hit, and I ate Christine.
Yep. And then later, when we knew the controls and how the game worked a little bit better, there was a zombie on one of like the stages that we were on, and Tom turned into a zombie and then ate Christine again. So like now Tom's nickname in the game is Tom Nom 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 Nom, because he keeps eating us.
Yeah, it's been really fun. Did you do anything else this week of note? I mean, how was your Christmas? All that we recorded right before Christmas last week.
Yeah, Christmas was nice. It's just kind of nice like hanging with family. I got this as a gift from my dad, and I can't point at it. I don't know what my hand's doing. Right there. It's a sign that just says my last name, Allison Drini, but I think it looks nice in the sim room.
Oh, I like that you kept your license plate from the race car. Congrats,
Yeah.
by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I sold the race car. That's kind of
Mhm.
notable. So an undisclosed buyer. I don't know if he wants to be revealed or not. He's just parting the car out, like which was my hope. Just because I thought the cage was kind of dangerous. I didn't want anybody.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just would rather it has really good guts. I don't think the bones of the race car are like particularly good. Like it's seen some shit, and also the cage. It's like you might as well just cage a new car. So the problem that I had with the cage is that it was from a showroom stock car, and the bar that would be right in front of your head was kind of low and close to like the seating position. So I didn't know better when I was racing the car, but like then I started driving more and more cars afterwards, and it kind of made me realize like, man, that bar going across the top was like really close to my head. And if I ever hit anything like hard, my belts and the seat and everything would stretch, and I would just clunk my head off of that thing, and like who knows, like I could be a vegetable at that point, or just or even worse, like die. Like
Yeah.
um so
So
I
in this analogy, if the car had good guts but bad bones, the roll cage is the bones of the car, but the guts are the engine. The engine's the
engine,
guts, the
transmission, the
transmission.
suspension, stuff like that.
Have you ever heard the Pixar theory that the cars in Cars are actually very evolved bugs because they have exoskeletons?
No, what is this? Is this like far into the future?
I don't- yeah, there's a whole Pixar theory about like it's all in the same universe on like a multi-thousand-year timeline. Look it up. It's great. We don't need to go further down that rabbit hole.
Okay.
But as soon as you said guts and bones, that's where I went immediately.
Christine, apparently Christine knows about the Cars lore,
See,
because she goes, "Yes, I love the
she's
Cars lore."
cultured.
Yeah, I don't know any of this stuff. Me and Christine were talking. Me and Christine went out to Bagels this morning. It was delicious, and we were talking during it. We were talking about a theater class that we took. Like I took one when I was in high school, and then she was also in a theater class.
Uh-huh.
And I was talking about how like the improv section was like my favorite part of it, and how I would love to do like an improv workshop or whatever. I just think it would make me better on the podcast, and like just overall, I think it would just make me like a better presenter, performer, whatever.
Yeah.
And if it was like a couple week class, and like I'm talking like actually get homework and stuff like that, I was talking about how like I would love to do something like that. And uh we were talking about how like all like the famous improv people, they know so much about pop culture and like music and movies and everything, and I just don't know shit about any of that stuff. I would be so lost if I was doing like improv thing, like a community theater or whatever, and somebody threw some pop culture reference to me, and I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know, but maybe that would make it hilarious. I don't know. But like,
That could be your shtick.
dude, I wouldn't know. Somebody would like quote some lyrics, and I'm just like, that's a weird string of words. And I would just like go in a different direction because I don't know what they were trying to like lob to me or whatever. You know what I mean?
Picturing you in like a college level community or like a college level improv course or something, and it's like a bunch of 19 to 24-year-olds or something, and then here's you 37 walk in, don't know shit about pop culture.
I don't know
They're
shit
trying to
about shit.
volley with you.
They're
and
doing
"Who
like,
the hell
oh,
is this boomer in here?"
I don't know, 6 or 7. And I'm looking at him like, what the hell does that mean? And I just,
Yeah,
uh,
that was good. Hey, that was a quick pop culture reference you just
yeah, you
pulled
like
out there.
that? Yeah.
Look at you already improving.
Damn.
2026. It's going to be a great
Damn.
year.
You know what? I should add that to my goals, is to do some kind of improv something. I'm gonna add that. Hold
Oh,
on.
I thought you were going to say stay up with pop culture.
No,
How would
I
you go
don't-
about watch
I don't
20
know.
hours of television every week?
I mean, me and Christine, like, we find shows that we like, and then we like latch onto those shows, and we probably like watch like, I don't know, like 2 or 3 shows like a year or whatever.
Yeah.
And that like that's
I don't have any streaming services or anything. So yeah, I'm with you. I don't watch any shows really, other than I have a dirty secret of not dirty. It's just I watch it by myself. RuPaul, I like that show.
yeah.
And then I watched Traders last year because someone I knew was on it. That was pretty good, but it's just real. I mean, they waste so much of your time. Like when you draw in like the creation of a show,
Yeah.
especially reality shows,
Yep.
there's just so much fluff. I just like I want to watch what happens instead
Yeah.
of
Maybe
telling
just,
me what's going to happen and then showing me what happens and then talking about what happened.
yeah, well that's we watch like dramas and stuff. Like we really liked like the
Yeah,
shows
that's
that we
better.
watched this year, Silo, Of All Mankind, and Severance. Like we watched those 3 shows. Like those shows were freaking great. Oh, and Christine, what was the show? It was basically like about Fox News. Crap, I'm like blanking on what it's called.
Andor.
No, Christine will help me.
I don't
She's typing it. Succession. Succession was freaking awesome. So like those are like the 4 shows like we watched this year, and I'm not Succession might have been last year. I'm not even sure, but yeah, but like we'll watch that. But like other stuff, like we haven't. Raul asked if I watched Newsroom yet. Nope, never even heard of it.
Me neither.
So But yeah, I when it comes to pop culture stuff, I'm freaking doomed. I'm so doomed, and I'm terrible at remembering lyrics. I don't remember the words to songs I've listened to 1,000 times. I don't know how people do that. Something's wrong with me.
I'm blown away by people who hear the lyrics on their first listen because I like songs and then I learn the lyrics by listening to the song a lot. The same way that when we stayed in that Airbnb at VIR, I could just
Yeah.
like start playing the piano from that one song I remember because I've
Yep.
played it so much
Like
that I can
you know the
remember muscle memory.
tones, you know the
Yeah,
tones, but if that
but
song had
people who
words,
listen when I'm listening to music, I hear the music first, and
mhm,
then the like the beat or the music or a bass
same.
line or something is what captures me, and then I start to pick up the lyrics.
I feel like most people are like that.
I don't know. There are a lot of people who
No, there are
they're
a lot of
like
people, but I'm saying
listening and they're
most.
hearing the lyrics the first time, and
I'm saying 50.00001% of people, most,
yeah,
hear the music first,
I own 51% of this opinion. Yeah.
which is most.
Well, speaking of goals, you just added another thing to your goals. We're gonna do a little goals recap and reset for 2026. It feels appropriate. This
It
is a New
does.
Year's Day episode. It has to be about New Year's.
Do you want to do before we do goals? Do you want to do like things that were I didn't write anything down, so I don't know. I
Peaks
might
and
leave stuff
valleys?
out. Yeah, like peaks and valleys of 2025.
Yes, I would love to do that.
Okay.
Guys, this is that game we recommend you play to like enjoy your racing more. Peaks and valleys. DJ, you want to go first, or do you want me to go
Okay.
first?
Well, in no particular
This is the
order.
highlights and lowlights of our year.
Yeah. So peaks. Well, I'll just say one peak, and then I'll throw it back to you. Getting married. That was great. I enjoyed that so
Oh,
much. And our vow video turned out like amazing, and I've probably it has like 150 views, and I think I'm like 140 of them. So,
that's cool.
yep,
Is it on YouTube? Can you share the link? No, I don't. You don't need to do that.
I could. You could also just snoof around and probably find it. It's not hard to
It's
find.
between two hot lap videos and iRacing.
It's not on my YouTube video, or it's not on
Okay.
my channel. It's like a iRacing tutorial, vows, and then yeah,
Yeah.
that's like the most normal person YouTube channel.
My my personal highlight, personal life highlight was definitely going to Europe.
Oh yeah, I forgot you went to Europe. Damn, this was a long year, Tom.
It was a long year. Those were all we were doing the same thing at the same time. Both of our top goals right there. You were getting married while I was in Europe.
Yeah, dang,
What a good week.
that was a good week.
I just loved. I've felt drawn to the world for a long time. Like I've never felt. I don't know what this is. This is like an interesting thing that I feel like I'm kind of lonely in, but I've never felt like a ton of allegiance to any sort of thing
Yeah,
until I've like really gotten to know it. So for example, in high school, when you go to sports games, like I don't care. I go to this high school, but I don't care who wins.
yeah.
Like America, I don't have any sense of patriotism about where I live. It's just this is where I was born. My brother went to Ohio State, having zero Ohio State ever in his life, and within like 2 weeks, he was like at a football game cheering F Michigan. It's just like I just don't have that sense of allegiance or like pride in something like that.
Yeah. What about
Similar note,
what?
I've never had a region in autocross or SCCA stuff that's like that's my region. I've always felt like a child of like the national scene. You know, like I was doing nationals so early, national level events, excuse me. All of this to say, I've like felt drawn to seeing more of the world. I've seen so much of the US. I know where I like in the US. I know what places I'm like, I don't need to do that. But seeing other parts of the world and experiencing other cultures and languages and like architecture styles that make you just feel like you're in a different place and like all
Yeah,
those things added up. It was like so eye-opening to me that I like really, really want to see more of the world.
just seeing like there's so much more out there than like what you've already experienced, and you've experienced a lot so far,
Yeah.
and there's just so much more out there, and it's like yeah, me and Christine really do have to go international at some point. Just to the most I've ever been out of the country was Canada. So, and that was like Toronto. It
Yeah.
wasn't even that. That's I mean, how out of the country could that possibly be? So,
It's
oh,
like the same
and
without
Montreal.
as much advertising.
Yeah.
That's basically what Canada is to me.
Yeah, there is less advertising. So, yep, that was yeah, I really want to go international. So you did a bunch of hikes and stuff. I remember we were comparing
Mhm.
hiking notes when I had cell service. Are you going back?
To Europe?
Yeah.
Um, I would love to go somewhere new again. I mean, I would love to go back as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, the hiking isn't what did it for me necessarily. That was like something that you do when you're there.
Yeah.
I could have taken or left the hiking. Um,
What would you have rather done?
I would have rathered. Hmm, I
Bes-
wouldn't have rather do
Besides
anything, but
drive
if
on
I
a
could add
racetrack.
something, I would have liked to have gone to like a slightly bigger city because we
Okay.
did two pretty small tourist, um, not even tourist towns. We just did two small towns that have good access to good hikes and stuff like that. So it would have been cool to see some sort of bigger city and spend like 4 days there and like find a cafe every day and find a restaurant every day and all that. Like just live somewhere for a little bit.
Yeah.
This is on my goals. It'll come up later. Um, so what's another one for you? Highlight Peak Valley. The valley
Uh,
part's kind of negative, but I think it's
yeah.
good to acknowledge.
I'm not even sure. I think the more the peaks are like kind of sticking in my head right now. I can't even really think of valleys to be honest. Um, another peak would be one lap, and I feel like I drove really well at one lap, so that was good. Because I really wanted to have a good showing, and I did do that, and also just being able to just do one lap is a peak all in its own. It truly is a motorsport like bucket list thing. And the little bit of a roller coaster they had, like me and Peter were preparing in the GT3 RS, like all winter, and then it blows up 2 weeks before one lap, and then Dave Marcus like lent us his like old car that he did one lap in that he still had. And he's like, well, I don't know, it needs some maintenance stuff, and like maybe we can get it done in like 2 weeks and whatever, this and that, and then like here we are in a Supra. Um, that was cool. That was like a cool bit of the storyline.
Mhm.
Um, some might consider like not getting to do it in a GT3 RS like a Valley, but I just think the whole uh the like just the generosity and um and then like the adaptation on my end, like I think that was a peak. I really enjoyed one lap this year. Um and it went to like so many tracks that like I knew. Like one lap this upcoming year, if I get to do it, I don't really know any of those tracks. I'm gonna go into every racetrack besides like Hastings with just sim laps.
Yeah, good point. Um, I have my first valley was missing one lap. That's kind
Mm,
of a bummer. I didn't
yeah,
intend to take the first 6 months of this year off, but I just did. And the longer it went, the more it was like, I'm okay with taking this break more intentionally than just like having not planned anything.
yeah.
But missing one lap as a part of that was a
We missed
bummer.
you. We
In
missed
in
you.
hindsight, during it, I wasn't wallowing or anything, and I was a part of it. I went and saved Andy and Alex from their engine failure, but just like in hindsight, I kind of wish I would have. I'm
Yeah,
glad. I mean, I don't regret not going because it let Chris and Salil like do their thing, and they ended up winning still, so that was
yeah.
good.
That is cool. That's pretty cool for Celio that like he won even without Tom O'Gorman. So,
Yeah, sure.
um,
Another peak though was nationals for me. I was really, 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 really indifferent to nationals. I was going to go, and then I got to go, and I got to drive, and I got to achieve a goal that I'd had as a goal for autocross for a long time, which winning index. I got to be there when you won. Not to steal the thunder of your next peak, but
I forgot
that
about
was
it.
almost more special
I
than.
literally forgot.
Whoa, we got to go into that. You forgot about that.
I, I don't know, dude. I'm broken. I was like,
Oh
oh
God.
yeah, that was a thing I did. Holy
Yeah.
shit. Oh
So
my
yeah, the
god.
whole nationals week, that was like a really, really nice peak for me. And then it was also just a nice rejuvenation of like interest in driving and
Competing.
being at events and everything
Yeah.
after being away from it for a handful of months.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
good.
definitely.
So your
Uh
next peak is?
my next peak is winning solo nationals. I mean, that was euphoric when it happened. Like I just
Yeah.
I wish I had video like from the outside so I could like relive it. I don't think I remember stuff like this like super well. Which is like why pictures and video are super important. I'm not sure if I'm on an island like that, but when it happened and we recorded the episode like immediately after, honestly it felt like it would stay in my head like vividly forever. And like looking back on it, just like it was only 3 months ago. Yeah, 4 months maybe. Um,
Hmm.
little less than 4 months ago. And I I remember like being happy and like excited and like relieved and like I had a bunch of fun with the competition and stuff like that. But I don't have like a slideshow of like anything that happened like after I won. I can remember my runs, but I don't remember
Oh, you
anything
can.
after that. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
I know where like the good runs were and like the bad runs and like the struggles I had on day 1 and like I remember all that stuff, but man, I don't remember any of the social anything.
well,
Dude, I don't remember any of that.
you guys heard it here first on the Lizard Brains podcast. Winning nationals, not that special.
No, that's not what I'm
Kidding.
saying. That's not what I'm saying.
Did you get your jacket yet in the mail?
No, should I have gotten it?
I think I saw one or two people get theirs already, but they do take a while.
Okay, it's whatever. When it shows up, it shows up. Raul says
Raul.
DJ's brain is an etch a sketch. Dude, sometimes it feels like it, honestly.
The
Uh,
next time he turns the wheel, it's erase the previous event's feelings.
dude, I mean, I think I think part of it is just I've just been so like 2025 might be one of my busiest years ever. It just felt like there was hardly any downtime ever. Like where you're just like every once in a while you'll have like a lazy Sunday and you'll like just like you're like I'm never getting out of my pajamas and you're just like I don't know what am I even do today and then like by the end of the day you're like well I guess the day's over I didn't really do anything. I don't think I had a single one of those days unless I was sick or had like a bad headache, which I think that was only like a handful of times like that like where a
Yeah.
day like that happened, but it was never like oh I'm aimless or like anything like that. Like it was just like every day was just like real busy. Even like hanging out with Christine, it felt like it was like, okay, cool. I can get like 3 hours of hangout time in, and then I'm coaching on iRacing, and then this, and then that, or I gotta go to sleep because I have this thing, or I'm working because like I need a job because I still need money. Like there's yeah, I know, but yeah, I'm not or like I was just like focused on racing so much. Like I drove one of my peaks, Tom. I drove so much this year. I've never driven this much as I did this year, and it meant so much for my development as a driver. Um, I'm just pumped that I'm still finding time, and I'm still having a bunch of fun finding time. Like I'm loving it. I'm loving like just like diving into the minuscule details of like where my next chunks of time are, and sometimes it's not readily apparent, but like you just keep working at it, and then you just like stumble on something, and you're like, ah, there it is. Like that's the thing I need to turn into a sub executable, and like yes, okay, cool. I've identified it. Like let's go. Like let's figure out how to turn this thing into a like a program that doesn't take any bandwidth. Um, but yeah, definitely a peak for me is how much I drove. So like anybody that I drove with for the year, like both Peters, uh, Ryan, I'm leaving people out. I'm sorry. We've already established that the brain doesn't remember things. Um, like I'm so grateful for all the things I got to drive and I it made literally my best like motorsports year ever was this
Yeah.
year. So
I could keep going on and on about peaks. I mean, a lot of the second half of the year was peaks for sure, but I thought of a valley that's a little bit meta.
hmm
This is the year that I kind of came to terms with that I don't really love coaching.
yeah, you were kind
And
of
it took a
trending in that.
couple. Yeah. I mean, I've probably talked about it a little bit on the podcast here and there, like struggling with parts of it. But the break also made me do a lot of thinking. And I just kind of learned that, or I came to terms with after years worth of signs that it's probably not going to work for me long term because it triggers anxiety in me that I never had before. It had like the the solely self-employed style of it.
Yeah,
I'm not great at that. Um, but it's really scary to like have to come to terms with that because it's first of all one of my only skills that's like resume skill, let's say.
yeah,
It's also one of my only ways to make money, and you can also make really good money doing it. And then as you're doing it, you're like, I would rather be anywhere but here. I'm thinking like, I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to get on that plane. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like it triggers so much like
And
in
it's
me that's like, you
that's
know
just
what? This is
anxiety.
just
Like,
not.
are you just like feeling it in your chest?
I just want to get out of there as fast as possible.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Like I
That's
want to get there as late as possible. I want to get out of there as fast as possible. And it's not that anything that anybody else does to me. It's just something I've learned. Like this is just not going to be my thing.
yeah.
Versus, in contrast, this year most of the work that I did outside of coaching was commentary, and I freaking love it. I
Dude,
love
dude, you're so
commentary.
good at it
And
too.
I'm like no anxiety, no pressure. Like just it's something that I love to do. Um, and maybe that's just the difference in like work and not work.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I've always chased
No,
work in the things that I
no,
like want to
I
do.
know that feeling. I know that feeling where it's like, look, guys, if you're like doing a job, and obviously everyone has different situations, so it's not like you just get to leave if you want. But
Mhm.
if it's like, here's how you know that you need to leave like what your current situation is. If you're having trouble going to sleep because you know when you wake up you have to go do that thing, maybe find a way to not have to do that thing anymore.
Yep.
Like that's we life's too short for us to like dread something so much in our control to some extent. Like I said, everyone has different life situations, but we shouldn't be dreading the thing that we're doing. And maybe it makes sense in the short term where you're like, you know what, I just got to stick this out, and then like I can go do something else. But just don't lose sight of that something else. Keep that something else like in mind.
Yeah.
If you're currently slogging through something, because we've all been there where you just have to do something because you have to do it. And it's never a good feeling. Just don't get stuck in that thing where like that's what you're doing long term, because I just feel like the other end of that is regret that
Yeah.
that you stayed there too long.
I think it's such a specific, not a rare, but a specific personality type that it takes to be a properly good coach. And I think my information and my style is all great, but the fact that I don't want to be doing it makes
Yeah.
me a bad coach. And some of the signs, like when we had Ross Bentley on, and you guys are like lit up talking about the feeling of working with somebody, things like that. All of that added up to finally, it's like, you know what? I just need to be willing to step away from trying to make that happen, even though you make so much money and you're in the thing that you love, quote unquote, and all this. Um, that's probably why people who are maybe not as qualified of coaches, but their personality is like conducive to it,
Yeah.
are so successful because they love doing it. They may not like there are some coaches I know that their style of coaching is telling stories about things they did. That's not coaching. That's just telling stories about things you've done. But their personality is so conducive to being a driver coach at a racetrack.
Yeah.
They make a long career out of it.
I do think part of like being a driver coach is also being entertaining to the client. Like that is definitely part of it. Like you are essentially like you're a teacher, right? You're a friend, and you're like an entertainer. Like if you didn't
Mhm.
make the weekend or the session, if it's like an iRacing coaching thing, if you didn't make it more fun than they would have had otherwise, then you kind of didn't do your job, right?
Yeah, I agree. I think there are some coaches at a really high level that maybe don't do that, but that's part of their thing, right?
Yeah.
Like
Like
we get
like
to the
those
track at
drivers are getting their fun elsewhere. I'm thinking like, yeah.
maybe I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Last peak DJ doing this podcast with you.
Aw,
Oh,
thanks, Tom. Aw, you're always my peak. Speaking of
yeah.
peaks,
This
are we playing peak
we're
after
like
this?
almost 800. We could almost 800 people in the Discord. We had some special events this year that was good. I don't like. I feel like we haven't been doing this for 3 years. Not a lot of people listen, and then you go out of the house, and a lot of people listen, and there's like hundreds of people following, and
Yeah.
just it's really cool special thing that we've got going on. But we have to revisit this when we get to our podcast goals because I have a theory.
Oh,
Do
okay.
you have any other peaks or valleys before we move into goals?
One of the valleys was, as Christine pointed out in the chat, was having to say goodbye to our cat Kitty. It was very sudden. We thought we thought that she was gonna be the first cat that lived forever. We thought we had one, and turns out she wasn't gonna live forever. And her time was this year, and that that was a special cat. Like I think maybe like 2 years ago. I think we talked about it on the podcast, losing Tiggs, which was like just like a cat that we adopted because they were literally like there was nowhere for her to go. So we're like, we'll take her. But Kitty was Christine's cat, like through college, uh, through the second time Christine went to college. Basically, like since I met Christine, Kitty knew Christine before I did. Um, and yeah, that one was hard to say. That one was hard to say goodbye to. Just because she was one of those cats where like you would just call her name, you just go Kitty, and look, I realize that Kitty's kind of a dumb name for a cat, like, but when
Christine, did you name that cat when you were a little kid or something?
no, Kitty had a name. Kitty had a
Oh, okay.
name, but she just kept getting called Kitty, and she would respond to it. So her name's just Kitty. Like we don't even know what her name was. I think Christine maybe it was like nah, not Wanda. It was like Velma or something. I don't know. It was something.
Fred.
Not Fred. That's not Rain. That was her name, Rain. No wonder we called her Kitty. That's an even dumber name. Sorry if your pet's name is Rain. I'm just memeing.
Rainn Wilson found dead.
So
Scalped.
Anyways, saying goodbye to Kitty because it was just so sudden. Like we were told, oh, she has cancer. Like there's nothing you can do about it. You have like a month or two to like spend time with her. And then the night before we said goodbye to her, which was literally like that same day, we went and got a bunch of toys and we like played with her and we gave her treats and we're like, this is gonna be the best freaking month you've ever had. And then the next day, we thought she was sleepy. Wasn't. That was just it. That was it. It was literally the next day. It was just so sudden. We weren't ready for it, even though we were told like it was gonna happen. So that one was really tough. That was definitely a valley, Tom. But you know what? From that, we started the like post your fur babies channel in the Discord. I forgot who mentioned that you should do that. Maybe it was Ryan. It said like make a channel or something that like people can post there. That helps so much. Honestly, that helps so much. Like everyone, like, and then people posting like, oh, we had to say goodbye to this one. Like we know your pain. Like just knowing that like, okay, this crushing feeling that like we're feeling, and this like just huge like feeling of loss. It feels like a hole like in your being. All these other people have experienced that. So like you're not doing it alone. Like that helps so much. Like that helps so much. So I think it was Ryan. So Ryan, thank you. Like that was a great suggestion, and that's like probably that channel is bumping. Anytime I see that channel highlight, I got to go like check it out because I'm like, oh, like who posted a derpy cat photo? I can't wait to see it.
Cats, dogs, the occasional bird.
Occasional bird. Yep.
There's the occasional child, but not usually very many children.
No, those make terrible fur babies.
Yeah. Especially when they start talking back.
Yeah, that is like you might as well just
take it back.
You might as well just return it at that point.
Yeah, we've had a couple lizards. All right, that was good. I feel like I'm like I can't remember any of my other peaks, but I feel like there were a lot. So I guess that's a good feeling.
Yeah. I had some iRacing peaks, like winning the virtual runoffs. Like that was a peak. Like that was yeah, I really wanted to do that one and it wasn't easy. And yeah, I just like rose to it and accomplished that, and I put on like honestly, I executed on the race so good. Or so well. That's probably the proper English for that.
There you go.
I said good, and I felt it being spelt in my head, GUD, and I was like, ugh.
I did so good.
I
think that's how Formula One drivers think, to be honest. I think because they probably all were homeschooled and like traveling for racing and all of it. I don't think any of them are particularly like none of them come off as dumb, really, but I just think they're all like, I do good in car. I drive car fast. I got to get good.
Engine go rev, curbs go burr.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then our Lizard Brains event, and just seeing like the one we threw like, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, just seeing the energy from it and just like the excitement in the Discord about it. And yeah, love that. That is that I love, 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 love just like people. I like seeing people practice and like help each other. And I love that so much. And then also the race was fun. And Kyle and you did such a great job on the broadcast. Actually, Christine's mom was telling me how good you were on the broadcast today because she came over and she was
Oh,
literally
cool.
like, "Oh, Tom's so good at that. He should do more of that." I'm like, "He literally gets paid to do it." So
Yeah.
yeah, I was like, "Yeah, he does that. He does. He's like literally a pro." So um, yeah, yep, that was pretty good. I can't really think of too many more valleys. I'm sure there are some, but I think I think my brain just kind of does some selective memorying, and I think that's in my benefit, to be honest.
Uh huh. Do
So
some goals.
yeah, so we're gonna recap the goals that we had from 2025 and how it went. So I'll just do a quick recap on mine, Tom. We don't have to draw this out. So one of my goals was to get to 8,000 I rating. I did not meet that goal. I did get my Smurf account to higher than my main account, which is weird. Which was 7.5 K. So I rating is like a indication of skill. So at like 7.5 thousand 7,500 I rating, I'm like 0.01%. I'm in the 0.01 percentile of iRacing, but I wanted just 8. That was like the goal that I set out. I didn't
Mhm.
meet this goal because I don't think it's a very good goal. I think this is the equivalent of a goal of like go win thing. And I don't think that makes a good goal. I think what would have been a better goal, and you'll see this when we talk about the goals that I set out, was like I need to put myself in as many positions where I'm going to learn as often as possible, right? Just get I rating is not learn, or it doesn't motivate me to learn. I have to put myself in a situation where like when I lose, I go, I didn't like how that felt, and I'm gonna figure out how to feel like that less, right? So my new goal for 2026, that's like in the same realm of like just get better at this iRacing slash driving stuff, is 300 official races in a year. So like that's a tangible like I just do 300. However, like they can go poorly, they can go great, whatever. But I
Mhm.
need to put myself in 300 positions where I lose and go, I didn't like how that felt. I need to figure out how to not feel like that anymore. And like from there, I'll dig into data. I'll do another one because like I was still learning from the guy that ran away from me or whatever it is. 300 races official in iRacing. That doesn't count like league races or anything like that, or like buddy races or anything like that. So just 300 officials. They're really easy to track. iRacing literally does it for you. So that's going to be my first goal for that. Sorry, I said let's not drag this out, and that was like literally the first thing. The other goals for racing was
Wait, do you
like,
know how many you did? How many? Do you know how many you did this year? Is there a way to find that out?
yeah.
You just whip 300 out of your butt.
I feel like when I was heavily iRacing, when I like improved the fastest, I had 300. Um, so I figured I would just like recreate that.
Got it.
So uh, then some other my other racing goals wasn't to like win thing or do thing or whatever. It was I wanted to drive as much as possible. So I had 10 events before one lap of America. I did 11, and then drive 7 events in between July 12th and Solo Nationals, and I ended up doing like 8 or 9 events before that. So I definitely made those. And then I had a goal to make a formal announcement of my coaching services on May 18th. I never did that because I always had coaching clients. So I never felt the need to accomplish that goal because the thought of like that I didn't need to because I already had like a clientele that I was like actively working with to to get better. So
Yep.
that goal like aged poorly essentially.
Yeah, I guess you're either at the point where you have to raise your prices or figure out a way to do groups like seminars or something. I've never actually asked Ross Bentley about this, but I know that most of his bread and butter for like how he's gotten such a scope is he does the seminars online where dozens of people can do it at once instead of just one.
Yeah. I so in my 2026 goals, one of my goals, and I'm gonna post all these. We're gonna have a channel in the Discord for 2026 goals, and I would encourage, and this happens every year, we get everyone to post their goals in there for some accountability. And we check in on them every once in a while, or people will like let us know, hey, I accomplished this goal, and they'll post it in like the goal channel. They'll like quote their goal list that they put in there, and it's just I don't know, it's fun watching people. It's fun seeing other people's goals. Maybe it'll give you some ideas for your own goals, stuff like that. So that will be in the Discord, link in the description. Um, but I I have done group coaching. Um, it feels a little weird because I'm used to like working so one on one that like this person's getting all my attention. That when it's group, it feels like I'm kind of letting people down, but like I think that's kind of expected. Like I just can't spend as much time as I want to on like the single person. I kind of have to be like, okay, try to do this. Here's some things to focus on. I'm gonna check back in, and then like you have to like run to somebody else.
Yep.
So it doesn't feel. I like the one on one. I do group coaching, but I really think like
Yeah, he said doo doo.
we got there. Um, I really think like because I want like your success is my success, and that's like kind of what it feels like. Uh, so but I what I do want to do. Did I say do again?
Nope.
I threw a wanna in there.
Do you want to do the do? No, I'm kidding. Go
I
ahead.
want to do coaching, group coaching for subscribers to the podcast. That's one of my podcast goals for next year. Is I want to have like scheduled days, and like it'll even like post like, and we'll use iRacing. It'll be like a car slash track combo, and we'll be posting data about it, and we'll be having like a discussion in like a subscriber channel, and everyone that's a subscriber can use that as a way, like a tool to get like to work on their own driving. And then we'll all meet up and we'll just talk about the data and answer questions and have like just a dialogue back and forth, like as a collective group of me trying to my best to help and the subscribers of the podcast. So, and I want to schedule out, I don't know how many I would do, but whatever, but they would be like on a calendar, and like treated as like like a scheduled thing. Like we all show up, like it's like a Teams meeting. Like we all show up at like 8 p.m. on like every other second Wednesday of the month or whatever. I don't know. I haven't figured out like what it would look like, but that is something that I want to do. Just because I agree with you that I do think that seminars could be really useful. Because there's a lot of the times like you're kind of saying the same stuff to people. So if I
Uh huh.
just like compiled all that like same stuff and was like, all right, guys, here's like here's like the things I'm seeing, and like here's a seminar on uh uh brake release, and then it's like we have a complete conversation about like one aspect of it, and like and then we all go on with like gold nuggets in our brain, and it was worth my time to put the information together. It was worth your time and money to attend, right? Like I would love that. I think doing the subscriber coaching kind of works out the kinks and what that might look like, and then we could roll out like a bigger like presentation kind of thing that we would sell like tickets to. And I did figure out how to do tickets on Discord, so that would actually work really well.
Cool. So the goal. Wait, I lost the plot a little bit. The goal was
The goal is to have group coaching seminars for subscribers of the podcast.
one. You want to have one this year
I want to do
to get the ball
multiple.
rolling.
Yeah, one will get the ball rolling, but I would like to do multiple.
Okay.
And they'll be scheduled. And they're like way in advance. It would be like way in advance they'd be scheduled. And if I need to reschedule it because like something really cool comes up, like, oh guys, sorry, I gotta go drive this freaking awesome thing over here. I think the subscribers would understand.
Yeah, for sure. Was there anything else motorsports related that you had goals for?
No.
You said certain number of events a certain number of races on iRacing, certain number of events before one lap, certain number of events between one lap and nationals. Is that what your last one was?
Yeah, so I'm repeating those like drive this many events before the thing because I just found those really effective. They
Uh
were
huh.
motivating me to find events and go to more events than I would have otherwise, just because I was like, well, that's my goal. I'm gonna hit my number, right? So it made me like look out of the box for like things to drive and like ways to
Yeah.
like get the seat time in.
Cool.
So I'm doing the one before one lap of America, whether I'm doing it or not. I'm gonna try to do 10 again, and then in between July 1st, I'm doing this time, and uh, and solo nationals, I want to drive 8. So
Nice. My motorsports goals for last year, I said it when we made them, they were a little bit like soft and made up, but I think I did okay. No, I didn't really. I said try a new form of motorsports by June. I don't think I did that because I didn't drive anything till July. Oops.
your
Raising,
new form of motorsports was not doing any motorsports. Tom's never done that before, guys.
honestly, honestly, that's a pretty yeah, fair. Raise driving detail. This is a weird goal, but raise driving detail in one lap testing. Aim to have my 3 lap run have less than a 5/10 variance across the 3 laps. Which since I didn't do one lap, I didn't do this, but I am doing one lap this year, and I'm going to recycle that goal. Basically, when I do one lap practice, after I've learned the track, I might drive 5 or 6 laps at a time. I only run 3 laps at a time with a like no warm up out lap because you don't get to. I mean, a little bit of warm up, but you don't really get to like crazy warm the car on one lap,
Yeah.
and then 3 laps and then pit in, and then like that's the information that I have because that's all I need for one lap. So my goal is to have that variance be as small as possible. If I can have it be within a half second every lap, that's great. But I'm also going to give myself like if it's hot and the car is degrading, essentially pay very close attention to how mistakes can come up, what mistakes I might be making as a trend. Am I trending to overdrive something? Insert whatever here. I think that having this goal raises some awareness to that.
Yeah, essentially what you're looking for is you want to have like really deliberate, highly executed laps. Uh like you want that to be on like the forefront of your mind. I remember when you were
Yeah.
making this goal. Like that's you just want the quality of the laps to be very high.
Yep.
So very just accurate laps for all three of them. Just locking in, like just practicing that. Yeah, I think that's a valid way of doing that. And a lot of times, guys, when we're making goals, like they don't have to make sense to anybody else. They just have to make sense to you. Like you just have to make sure that it operates within like the way your brain is going to interpret the goal, and like it will triggers like whatever motivates you to have the output that you want, and you get better at this over time of setting goals. So don't like, and like I don't know if you guys have noticed or not, but like a lot of our goals like we just didn't hit or it didn't make sense or whatever, and that's fine. You can do a swing and a miss. Like that's literally
Yeah.
part of all of this.
Yep. Um, and that's specifically for practice at one lap, which we already have 2 practices scheduled. One at Hallett, Hastings, High Plains. What's the other one? Hallett, Hastings, High Plains. It must be Hallett. I don't know. Whatever. We have it scheduled. Another goal for this year
you'll
was go to Mosport
you'll
and go
show
to
up when you need
Ozarks.
to.
Yeah. I get on the plane. I did not do either of those. I still want to go to Mosport again. I still want to go to Ozarks. But since my year was so unintentional with motorsports, I just didn't,
Yeah,
you know, keep delivering on that.
I still got to go to
And
Mosport
then
too.
I was like softly trying to pursue driving that Janetta and WRL when I made these goals, and I just kind of stopped pursuing that after a couple of back and forths and stuff. So those are my past year's goals. This year's goals, I don't really have anything. This is going to be more of a like a brainstorm session for me. But the first thing, this is motorsports related. I don't know if it counts, but I want to get better at leading a broadcast commentary.
How,
Or
how,
the
how,
commentary for leading a broadcast.
how do you
I think I'm a
think?
really
I think
comfortable and good like color person.
yeah.
So I have I'm not the one that talks first after you like introduced the pre-roll of the show, and I'm not the one that talks last at the end. I'm like the one that gets thrown to, and then if I have nothing to say, they just keep going. And I don't think I'm that person, but I'd like to get a little bit better at it because there's something about like when we start talking, I'm completely comfortable and I know I'm putting on a little bit, but when I listen back to it, it's me and I'm like okay in that second chair. But the first chair, especially with commentating the Liberty Bell League, I know it's not like a super serious, like heavily watched thing or anything, but I just feel myself like I don't know where to go next. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to
Yeah,
say. Like
yeah,
I
yeah.
just don't have that muscle memory, and I think being a little bit better at that would be good. Um,
I
so
have
that's like a sub
ideas.
goal of doing more commentary.
Yeah, I have ideas of like a goal that would help that like end result goal, if that makes sense.
What's your idea?
Well, you've already been approached by some like sim racing broadcast companies to just be like another person to fill like a seat. Uh
Yeah.
you could absolutely do that. Or we could literally just throw our own league just for Tom lead commentary practice.
Yeah.
And
I like that. I think doing a Lizard Brains league that's not super serious and it's broadcast, but it's just me talking so I can practice. And if I'm sucking, it'll be funny. Like everyone can watch and I'll just be like, I don't know
but
what to say right
no,
now, but I'm in my practice.
I think our audience would understand that like this is Tom like trying to get better at this thing. So like if you are like struggling at any moment or whatever, like guys, this is what the process literally looks like. Like you don't just start good at something. Like you kind of have to struggle with stuff. And then like you and I'm sure you'd watch the broadcast back and you'd be like making mental notes or maybe even actual notes and like you'll figure out like okay, these are the things I could do better. I like this, right? You should take note of the positives. um, but I think reps because like you definitely have the chops, but it's the like you need that muscle memory. It needs to be automatic. So you just need the
Yep.
reps. So I think sim racing is literally a cheat code for this because it's just so approachable and you can just do it like so flexibly. Like I use the term commentate because I feel like I'm just like memeing during the Liberty Bell races as like the co-commentator, but I did it in like the truck stop on my way home from Charlotte. Like it's so flexible. You could literally do it anywhere. I
Yep.
think that totally works. So you should set like a goal of like once a week or twice a week or whatever, and it should have some kind of frequency in it because you're trying to build that like muscle memory. It can't just, it needs to be like, it needs to have like a frequency to it so you can keep building on skills that are being put together.
Right. And that's how I got where I'm at now is because when I watched racing as a kid, not kid, but like as I started to become more aware of what was going on, I was always watching analytically because I wanted to understand the driving part of it and I wanted to like keep track of what was going on. It was just innately interesting to me. But I do that as I'm watching a race. I'm like practicing what I would be saying in my head almost as a commentator.
Yeah.
And I almost always default to that like race analyst second chair because you can talk about what's happening on screen. I I've never thought about sitting and watching a broadcast and like trying to pretend to bring the show back from commercial. Like that's the difference in what we would be doing basically is in what I'm saying I want to get a little bit better at is like being
Yeah.
that lead. But I also like I'm never going to be a Kyle Heyer or a Greg Creamer because first of all, I don't have the sound. And
Not,
anybody can challenge me on that. I don't think that I have that like radio sound. And I also don't there's something about guys like that, commentators like that where it's like I don't wanna mean this the wrong way, but it's, like, just bordering on cheesy,
yeah.
but because those people are, like they're so that is who they are. They're not cheesy people, but, like, when Kyle's talking,
but
it's
Kyle,
all like, you
Kyle
could do,
doesn't
like, a
talk like
farce of
that.
Kyle's talking, and it
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
like, cheesy.
But Kyle doesn't talk like that when you're just having a conversation with him. He's not like,
No,
well, DJ and blah blah blah. What I think about lunch is Chick-fil-A and blah blah blah. Like it's like it's
so
it's a
they're putting
different
on a little.
tonality. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
You're
they're putting on a
presenting.
little, but so do I. I'm putting on a little when I'm in the booth, but I'm doing it for, like, what I've been paying attention to, what I'm interested in, what I'm practicing. So I mean I don't want to do this goal because I want to get better at it because I think I can have a career in leading a broadcast. I don't think that's ever going to be me, but I think getting a little bit better at that would be fun. The main goal is to commentate more. I don't know how to do this cuz I mean I really don't I want to keep manifesting it for sure. Like if SEC I'm already hired for the SCCA Super Tour this year. So on the YouTube streams of those, I'll be the co-commentator with one of the other guys for the whole season instead of just one-offs.
Yeah.
So that's great, but like if I got any broadcasting opportunities with like Grid Life or WRL or Champ Car or NAS like any of them, I would love to do that because I just like doing you're talking about your favorite thing. It's great.
Yeah. And I also think that it's fun to do stuff that you're good at, and I think you're good at it. So
Well, thanks. but I don't know how to if anybody has any advice on how to pursue that more. I don't know if I should just be sending emails, cold calling people like, "Hey, I'm a co-commentator now. I'm a race analyst now. Hire me."
I I agree with
Maybe that's it.
I agree with Ryan in the chat, by the way. I don't think you need like a quote unquote radio sound or whatever. If you think about like all these different voices, like Greg Ginsburg, like the F1 guys, like what is his name, Jax, Kyle, that Australian guy with like the kind of like where it sounds like he was yelling for like 3 days before the broadcast. Like these aren't rate like all those voices are so different from each other, right? Like
But
there's not
they
a
command
single
attention.
sound. They command attention. That's the thing that you would get better at with more
Right.
reps, more automatic, because what you're hearing is like it's what you're hearing is the automaticness of their presentation. That's
Mhm.
what you're hearing, right?
Yep.
That will happen with reps. So I think like setting like a actual like 1 to 2 broadcast a week or whatever, and like you just like so like if you're on 2 and then that league ends and there's not another one or whatever, like you're just like I need 2 or whatever you set the goal as, like you would like make a league just so you have something. Like you just need to have like the the goal set so you absolutely get those reps because that's your goal. And if you hit the goal, then you'll get better at like what the aim of the goal is.
Tom's Talkie Face League coming soon.
There we go.
The Talkie Face League. I like that. Okay, so that was my first kind of motorsports related. The second one is I just can't stop thinking about for some reason I'm like really intrigued with Pro Solo this year. I might try to like put something together with Pro Solo and do
Oh,
like a proper 3 event run. But
okay.
I'm the thing that I'd be most excited about in general is just some sort of like time pursuit format. Like I kind of miss time attack. I miss driving like proper time attack cars, but just in general, I love and miss doing some time attack or like laps for the sake of lap time. Uh Autocross obviously is that. So I'll be definitely pursuing some more autocross. But I'm like I'm toying with Pro Solo in the back of my head because I haven't given Pro Solo a run for over a decade. I think 2013 was my last Pro Solo run.
Yeah, I still think Pro Solo is like my least favorite format of autocross,
Yeah, I get
which
that.
which I know is like a little bit of a hot take, but I just don't. The courses are generally more simple,
Hmm.
and you spend like a third of the run just driving in a straight line before you do something. Like you just launch the car, and then you're like sitting there, and then you like go do something else. Like maybe I need to do Pro Solos in like faster cars. So
I
like
was just thinking you got to drive a faster car.
maybe
Someone with a faster car that doesn't just launch mindlessly. Get DJ in here.
but I still think it's probably like a mindless launch. Like you're just because you like you figure out you game the tree. You're like, okay, if I like very shallow stage and then I that piece of
The
fuzz came out of
launch
nowhere.
of the F prepared Evo was not mindless. I'll tell you that.
Okay, no, that one sounded like kind of intense, but I feel like there was ways to make it more mindless than what it actually was. Like if you were in that car for like the whole season, like there's probably like not saying like is like a processy thing on your end. I'm saying like the way the car worked, I feel like it might have been overly complicated than what actually needed to happen.
Maybe. I've told that story on the podcast, right? They had the
Yeah.
button on the wheel.
The
Yeah,
button
okay.
on the wheel and then you had to do something
To
else with
slip
the
the clutch,
clutch and the thing and the
pat your
yeah.
head and rub your belly at the same time and
Yep.
then launch. Yeah.
Yeah.
1.5 60-foot times. Ooh,
Oof. Whoa.
you got to drive that car.
Yeah, I love getting the wind knocked out of me when I accelerate. It's my favorite. It
So
really
those are
is.
really my only like motorsports things that I could think of so far to like have a conversation about. I think these are formulated a little bit better over the next 2 months. And we try to do these little pickups on our goals like maybe 3 times a year, quarterly, roughly.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. The only other goal I could think of that is like is a goal is to travel for myself again this year. Because 2 years ago I went to Tucson, Arizona. I don't know if I talked about this, but I know I was there when I recorded the podcast. I Googled, not Googled, I Airbnb searched for a date range that I wanted to travel anywhere in the world. No, anywhere in the US. For you can search on Airbnb by like best pool or best like weirdest house or like novelty house or best for kids or something like that. You can
Yeah.
just look up topics. And I found this house in Tucson, Arizona with a pool. And like I just went there from a Monday to a Thursday. It was like under $100 a night. That was my 2 years ago travel. Last year I went to well, this current calendar year, but last year I went to Europe This year, I don't know. I don't have any goals. I don't know where I want to go, but I'm gonna make a trip for myself again. At
Okay.
least like that Airbnb style trip.
I might be down, but I might be out of vacation days, so like I might have to work during the day.
Yeah,
But that'd be kind of fun. Like during the day, you can go off and do whatever, and then when I close the laptop, like we go and like
true.
explore wherever we're at.
The Tucson, I just sat there. I hung out in the pool. I read books.
Yeah.
I went inside when I got hot. I came back outside when I got cold. It was great.
That sounds
I highly recommend that style
honestly,
of travel, by the way.
dude, that sounds like something Christine would totally dig. She would be like, "Oh yeah, obviously that." Yeah.
Yep. Oh, and I'm sure I could have gone hiking in the desert and adventured and found all the
Yeah, yeah,
nope.
yeah. I'm
I'm just
I'm
gonna sit
telling
here.
you, I'm down for this.
I
If
found
you
this
want a
pool.
companion for that.
Okay, I'll keep you posted.
Okay.
That's gonna be a second half of the year thing for sure, though. That'll be a while.
Yeah, yeah, gotcha.
All right. So what are your other? That's kind of exhausted my list here.
Okay. So for podcast goals, I need to figure out what the audio clipping issue is. For some reason, sometimes when I export the podcast, it like random sections of the podcast disappear. So if you've ever heard like a weird cut and you're like, oh, they just ADD to next thing. No, I think we're just having an issue with the podcast machine, and I didn't really realize it until recently. So like for this episode, I'm not even going to trust the podcast machine. I'm just going to pull the audio from the video, which is less than ideal. It's like slightly less quality. I don't think anybody would actually ever notice, but oh, it's missing a couple times. Okay, Ryan just let me know that last week's was missing a couple different sections. I'll try to re-upload the audio for that, but I think it's a memory card issue, but I'm not sure. But that I figured I was looking at last year's podcast goals and like I did literally none of them. So I was like, I need like a freaking easy one to like get the ball rolling on some podcast goals.
Before you do that, I think that's because for some we've never talked about this, but I have a theory, and it's because both of us don't want this to start to feel more like work.
Oh, absolutely.
We don't want this to start to feel like work at all. And it
Exactly.
doesn't at all feel like work right now. And part of the reason is because we ignore things like finding sponsors or like planning guests out for a whole year, or like there are certain
Yeah,
things
we're,
that we
like,
just don't do
booking and-
because it would make it feel more like work. And I'm completely content with that, but I do think that we can still like make some goals and do a little
And we
bit
can
better.
always step it back if it feels like okay, like the juice is not worth the squeeze here. Like we're just gonna like look if you guys look at like the other motorsports podcasts that exist in like our space, how many of them are like releasing episodes right now? I think they like overextended themselves and then they like got burned out of it. You have to make it sustainable
maybe,
in
yeah.
some way.
I agree with that. I mean, that's how Slip Angle was for a long time back when it was Adam and Austin. I don't think you were doing much motorsports yet. You were only autocrossing and listening to that, right?
I was listening to that like on the outside looking in, going like someday. I remember listening to your episode going like, oh my God, Tom Gorman's so cool. I have to meet him.
I just know they made a big concerted effort to like make that bigger, and then it fizzled so fast. And I know that if we ended up feeling like we're working for this, we would do the same thing.
I think we
would drop it so fast.
Yeah, I think we would. I mean, there is some work behind it. Like definitely, like it's not, we're not completely cashing in here. There is like some preparation and like stuff like that, but like little stuff like me trying to figure out the clipping issue. Like it was fine for years and all of a sudden it's not fine. So I'm just thinking that because solid state memory can start to have issues if it gets written and rewritten and written and rewritten like a bunch of times. So I'm thinking it's the memory card. It's probably just aged out. So I'll just like replace it like once a year and then call it good. If that is the fix, I have one on order. It's going to show up like on Friday or whatever. But it's quite an annoyance to pull the audio from the video. It only takes me like maybe 10 minutes, but that's the kind of annoyance we're talking about where like it feels a little unsustainable. Where I'm like, if I have to spend an extra 10 minutes like to get this thing on the internet every week, like, I don't know.
I'm out. All right. So with that said, what are your goals for the podcast this year?
Okay. One of them was to have the group coaching scheduled for subscribers using iRacing, and then upgrade the video format of the podcast. Because right now we just capture Discord.
Yep.
And there are ways to do it better. I think at this point we basically have the equipment that we would need to do to have like it be different. I just got to figure it out. It's gonna take like I don't know, like 2 hours of research and playing around and whatever, and then like we would have a better video product. And I just haven't done it yet. I think I already have all like the tools to do it. I just have to like figure out what that looks like, and then inform Tom what he has to do on his end for it to like show up how it needs to. So somebody hold me accountable on that one because that's been a goal for like 2 years now, and it just keeps
It clearly ain't me.
it's it's just
Sorry. I don't know why.
I yeah, Tom, hold me
It's because
accountable.
I don't
Damn it.
understand. It's because I would have to learn so much to bring myself up to your level of understanding of the technical side that I would just slow you down. Like when we climb that mountain, I just slow you down.
Mm. And then we just have to leave Ito behind.
Yeah.
Yep. So and then I had some fitness goals. I want to hike 100 miles throughout the year. Not 100 miles in one thing, just like 100 miles. I feel like that's pretty Ito's throwing middle finger emojis in the chat. Love you, Ito. Even if you sometimes get us murdered on the mountain. What a liability. Anyways, 100 miles for the whole year. I don't think that's too crazy. That's like less than 2 miles a week.
Mhm.
And one of my goals, because I feel like I just need to like lower the bar as much as possible. Because we've had gym goals and like working out goals before, and like I don't know, like we have a freaking 0% batting record on these, Tom.
Yep.
My goal is to at least stand in the gym with gym clothes on 3 times a week. If I just get there, and if I stand there with like the shoes, whatever, like I am fully capable of working out. And if I choose not to work out, then that's fine. I stood there.
When you say gym, do you mean the one in the room next to you or going somewhere?
The one like right there.
Okay.
Right there.
So basically, change your clothes in your house.
And then go stand in
times a
the
week.
area where I would work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like it.
Yep. Okay. And then the other one that will probably happen anyways for fitness is cart 20 times. And I'll have a
Hmm.
little counter because carting is like really good for fitness. So that's just a really fun way to get some driving muscles worked out. And then I have some Christine goals. This one's recycled from last year. Never did it. I want to scuba dive with Christine. I still want that to be a thing. I still want Christine to get out of rookies in iRacing. And I want a date night at least once a month. And Christine asked if I have any reading goals. Christine, you just tell me what they are, and we'll make it happen.
There's a
Because
book.
because we didn't do I was supposed to read 4 books with Christine last year, and we read 1, and it was a did not finish because neither of us liked Three Body Problem. We just got like completely fell off of that.
I was going to tell a story of a book that all of the ASM people passed around because they all loved it so much, and I'm spacing on the name of the book.
Just let me know later.
Project Hail Mary.
Oh,
Hail Mary.
we already,
Project Hail
we
Mary.
already read that. Yeah, that
You
is
did?
that is
Okay.
a badass book though. We love that book. We're looking forward to the movie coming out.
Cool. I have it sitting over there. I haven't read in a couple months, but
Oh, Tom,
I
it's
need to read
great. It's so good. Make sure you read that before the movie because the Martian was pretty good as like a movie, like an adaptation because it's from the same author. The Martian was a pretty good movie, but like typical, like the book's always better or whatever.
yeah.
It's just like the book. If you watch the movie and then you like try to read the book, I don't think you'll like read the book. You'll just be like, yeah, I already know what happens, right? But
True.
if you read the book, you'll totally enjoy the book, but then you'll also just really enjoy seeing it on a screen as far as like a movie too. So like, yeah, Project Hail Mary is freaking great, and go in knowing nothing. I say, do you know anything about it, Tom?
I kind of know it's maybe somewhat related to space.
Yep, it's like a sci-fi like space like book. But it's really well written and it's fun and you just the characters are good. So
I tried to rewatch The Martian because it was free on YouTube, YouTube movies. By the way, I don't know if this is because of your account where you are movies for free because of your premium account, or are movies free on YouTube for everybody all the time. Some certain movies.
something's happening. But no, premium doesn't give you free movies. It's like $4 for a
because
movie.
there's a free section of movies on YouTube that's like
Oh,
constantly changing. You can find some good stuff
oh,
in
I didn't
there.
know that it existed. What am I doing?
Yeah.
If you're watching
Um,
free movies over here, I'm over here spending money.
dude, it's fun. So Martian was free on YouTube for a little while. I tried to watch it again because I thought like, oh, that movie was pretty good. I liked it. And I had turned it off halfway through because everyone that wasn't him on the planet was so obnoxious and selfish and like inept and stupid.
Yeah.
I was like, this isn't fun to
So,
watch. It's just everyone being bad at everything except this one guy
yeah,
who's
yeah.
alive in space.
So in the book, everyone is good at everything, and it's just really tough issues to get around. So like, it's the same thing with like the Racing in the Rain movie or the Art of
Yeah.
Racing in the Rain movie. Like, fine, it was an okay movie or whatever, but the book was just like so much like it hit so much closer to home, especially since in the book he's like an amateur racer trying to break into the pro scene. And for some reason in the movie, sorry, I'm roasting the Art of Racing in the Rain movie real quick. I feel like it's overdue for a roast.
It's been 2 years. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been 2 years. He's like, someday I'll be a race car driver, and he's literally racing like GT3 IMSA. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. What are we doing? Like,
Yeah.
this is stupid. Like, what are we doing, movie? Ah, God, that still makes me mad.
Full review of that book and movie on the Lizard Brains podcast is about 200 episodes ago.
Yeah. So,
If you want to relive the rage.
Christine says the book goal, we're going to read 2-ish books together this year. The problem is like, I don't really, I'm going to sound so dumb. I don't really read. I used to listen to a bunch of audiobooks because I would be driving a bunch. Like for work, I literally would drive 80,000 miles a year. So like I read plenty of books or at least listened to them. I don't
Yeah.
really sit still long enough to like crack a book open and like, I would have to like set that time off to the side. Like normally, Tom, when I go to bed, it's like I'm too exhausted to keep doing this thing that I'm doing. I'm just gonna go like slither into bed, and then I like wake up the next day like I came out of cryo sleep. Like, yeah,
I liked reading books earlier this year. That was one of the things I did when I was taking time away from motorsports was like just like sit for hours at a time and read. I think I read 5 books earlier this year,
nice.
which that's like I haven't read a book in my adult life. And then I went and read 5 of them this year kind of thing. So it was a big deal.
Yeah,
But I liked the way it felt to sit and do nothing but read and the way it felt afterwards.
yeah,
But there's something about the way I think of it that doesn't make me want to do it when I'm thinking of it like in foresight.
that's
Like, do I want
interesting.
to sit here for the next 2 hours and read?
I'm gonna have to ask
Nah.
Christine. I think Christine's listening right now. If Christine wants to come downstairs and like jump on the mic real quick and like tell us like what switch in her head is it just like it's starting
I'll
the
put her on
book
the spot.
like once you start as she went no in the chat. Yeah, I didn't think that was gonna happen. Sorry. Like if I start reading a book and it's like catches me in like the first 10 minutes, I'm in. Like I want it. I want to like know what happens and I like want to learn
Yep.
more about the characters and all this other stuff. But for some reason it's just like I can't get past that first 10 minutes like with like any books or like I'll read and then be like, yeah, it's kind of okay. But like I'd rather be doing something else.
Yep.
Like it just doesn't catch me. I did like read an entire book this year, but I think it was mostly because like we were on vacation in Colorado. I'm pretty sure that's when I read this book when it was called Mickey 7. And it was about a guy who like when he
He's so
dies.
fine. He's so fine. He blowed your mind.
Nope, not yet.
Luke.
Uh
Hey,
it-
Mickey.
when he dies, they just like bioprint his a new body and then just like put his brain flash on, so it's like, whoa, oh, I'm awake, and it's like, oh, what happened since the last time I had like my brain uploaded, and then like they'll like try to fill him in or whatever, but like it's the same person like every time. And like that was a pretty like interesting book. It wasn't like super like serious or whatever. It was kind of goofy. But like I don't know, that one was interesting enough for me to like actually like the character and like oh, I wonder what happens here. Like I read through that one. So like Danny in the chat says like you haven't found the right book yet. It's like, yeah, maybe not. Maybe I'm a little bit more picky, but like yeah, I don't know. I just it's hard for me to like sit down and like sink some time into it. And it's hard for me to also just do it at like 10 or 15 minutes at a time. Because then I just feel like I'm not absorbing it in the way that I should. Like I kind of have to like do it for like an hour at a time, I think.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Well, we got on books because you're going to read two-ish. Okay.
I'm
Good
reading
goal.
two-ish. And one of them apparently needs to be 1984 because I've been told by a million people that I need to read that book. So
I have it sitting over there to read as well, but I read Animal Farm early last year and I was like, I can't do heavy again. I need a palate cleanser. So I
Okay.
read my grandpa's book instead.
Nice.
Because 1984 probably hits pretty heavy right now with how dystopian it is.
Yeah. I think that's all. That's all my goals. That's it.
Well, these will be listed more coherently on the podcast Discord. And hey, if you have no reason other to join the Discord, but the pets channel is pretty lit. You can come see pictures of people's cats and dogs.
Yep. There's oh man, who keeps posting that picture of
Lit,
that
turnt, and poppin'?
Dude,
Huh?
There's this cat that's like stealing my heart on here. It's from Clark. He keeps posting this cat that looks like it has one brain cell, and it's freaking killing me. Clark, I love your cat. So all right, we have some good questions, but I think we'll just cover that next week. And I think we'll call this an episode. What do you got planned for New Year's Eve or the weekend, Tom?
I mean, the main thing I have in the next week is I'm moving. Podcast announcement. I'm moving back to Cincinnati, moving in with my parents for a couple months while I like find a place and get the year started. But I haven't I've loved Columbus. I love my apartment, but I don't do much here. And every time I go do something, it's probably go see my family in Cincinnati. So I'm like, I'll go give that another shot. So I'm on
you might as well
number
live
5 in 6 years.
If the only time you leave your house is to go to Cincinnati, your house might as well be in Cincinnati.
Yep.
Yeah.
But I got to move in the next 8 days.
Okay.
So that's basically everything that's on my mind. So I think next week will be the last episode at this apartment, and then I move the following day.
Okay. I was gonna say, are we gonna have to record like early, or is it gonna be the instance? I remember when I was a teenager, my mom was moving out of the house that I grew up in into another house, and everything was moved out of that house except my setup to play Halo. That was still there because I had like a match I needed to play, and literally everything was because I didn't want to like move it and not have it like set up. So everything in that house was set up, and the heat was turned off too, or like turned down really low. So I remember I like had like a space heater like pointed at me, and it's literally a completely empty house with like a TV and like an Xbox, and like me sitting in like a folding chair like playing Halo for like this thing. And then it was like, okay, cool, we're done with the match. And then it was like packing things up, and then it was like literally the last thing to leave the house. That's what
that would sound so weird.
That's what your
it was
podcast
coming from anyone but you.
That's what your podcast equipment is like.
Yeah.
It's gonna be everything's out of the house, and then Tom packs up the podcast stuff, and now everything is out.
Pretty much.
Yep.
So yeah, that's what I've got going on the next 9 days, really. But
okay.
What about you?
Well, Tom, I still have a sim rig here for you. So
I know.
If I get it to Columbus, will you take it to Cincinnati, or you're not gonna have enough room because you could just chuck the one that's behind you right now?
I would rather like settle into my parents' house and then take it once I know there's going to be space for it.
Okay.
Because they don't have a ton of space, and I'm going to be taking up like a lot of it just with my stuff for a couple months.
Yeah. Okay.
But I can take it off your hands relatively quick, just not before the move, maybe.
Okay. Because it's going to impact my gym goals right now, because it's in the gym. It's in the squat rack right now. That's where it's sitting.
If you put on your gym clothes and go sit in the sim rig, you did accomplish your goal.
Just stand next to the old sim rig.
Yeah. What are you up to this week?
That would accomplish the goal. Yeah. I don't know, Tom. We're gonna freaking finally get past peak. That's my goal.
Okay.
What about you? You ready?
It sounds like a bad goal. It sounds like you need to play peak 3 times a day. Set yourself up for feeling bad.
Yeah. You know what? We're not setting ourselves up for success on this peak game, because like we're kind of like, at least me, I'm like refusing to like Google anything about it, because like the discovery and like what, like for instance, I found this book that like had this like weird glow around it, and it was called the Book of Bones, and I'm like, ooh, what is this? and it was like hold X to read, and I like read it, and then I turned into a skeleton, but I didn't need to eat anymore. But like also I took damage really easy because I'm like a skeleton. And like so I had all these different attributes, and I was like, oh my god, like the surprise of like what does this thing do? Oh my god, I'm a freaking skeleton was like that was hilarious. And if I like search too much about the game, I'm gonna have stuff like that like spoiled for me.
Yep.
So I feel like fumbling through the game is part of it, and fumbling through the game means that Ito dies on the side of a cliff a lot. So I just can't save him every time. Just he's such a liability.
The irony is Ito's probably the second best player next to you, but you're roasting the crap out of him.
Oh, he posted a sad face in the chat. I'm sorry, Ito. I'm sorry, Ito. You're great, man. I'm ready to play one literally right after this podcast. So.
Oh, I have to fill the dead air while DJ coughs.
Well, I'm coughing. That's not helping.
I love when that.
Tom's like, oh god, I gotta fill the dead air. So he coughs into the microphone while I'm coughing. All right, let's end the show. You ready, Tom?
Yeah, make sure I can hear it. Your crisp was off again.
Oh, it is on. Oh, weird. It's just turning itself on.
It turns itself on every time you restart Discord. I figured that out for myself today too.
Well, that's kind of annoying. Maybe I can figure out how to turn that off. Hold on. I'm trying to. Nope.
Wow.
No. Okay, hold on.
Wow.
Can you hear it?
I'm doing my own.
Okay, hold on.
Oh, now I hear myself.
Nope, hold on.
Hey, what a good way to end the year, but on a technical issue. That's such a classic Lizard Brains moment. Oh,
do you not hear it? I thought you could hear, dude.
I can only hear myself.
That sounded like you were doing an outro, so I'm like, okay, he's got it.
Oh no.
Could you hear it though?
I can hear myself in reverb.
Okay.
Or like an echo.
I think I have everything off. They keep changing.
Everyone can hear me in double.
Yeah.
Wow.
Double Tom is great. Oh shoot.
Nom 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 nom.
Okay.
You know how to fix it?
I think I broke something.
All right. Well, it's going to be a duplicate outro. Go ahead and hit the music.
Okay, go ahead.
Everyone, sorry for this, but also if you are listening, do your peaks and valleys. Think about some goals for next year. I love your hair. Hope you win. Not even close. What the hell was that? Let me do that again.
2025 is over, Tom.
No.